Hey there, and welcome to the SBVC Centennial Podcast. My name is Thomas Robles, and I am a proud alumnus here at SBVC. This podcast is part of SBVC's Centennial Celebration. Each episode, we will highlight the people that make SBVC way more than just a college. We'll talk to alumni, faculty, staff, local leaders, and community partners about how this campus opened doors, built careers, and inspired generations. Welcome to the SBVC Centennial Podcast, where we celebrate 100 years of stories here at San Bernardino Valley College. Hey everybody, my name is Thomas Robles, and welcome back to the San Bernardino Valley College Centennial Podcast, where we interview key members here in San Bernardino Valley College's 100-year history. Today, I'm interviewing Dr. Ken Lane, who served as the Sports Medical Director here at Valley College for 15 years. Dr. Ken Lane, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Thomas.
So tell me, when it comes to your passion for the medical sciences, especially when it involves our students here on campus, before you were here, you were in the community as a medical student. Tell us a little bit about your story.
I went to UCLA on a Bank of America chemistry scholarship and a wrestling scholarship. And after a year of in those days, and we'll talk about it later, you starved and dehydrated to make weight. That was the culture of wrestling. And I could see after a year that it was going to affect my grades, and I knew I wanted to become a chemist. And so I dropped wrestling and started doing undergraduate research and in the biochemistry department. By my senior year, my research director said, write up a thesis, and then all you have to do is take 1 year of classes to get your master's. So I did, and then I got hired after my master's at USC. And for 3.5 years, and then transferred because of a very special opportunity to the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences in Little Rock. And so I got my medical degree there, but I'm a fifth-generation Californian. So I came back and was admitted to the San Bernardino County Family Practice Residency Program, and did my residency there. And my third year, we had a rotation called community medicine, and one of the rotations was sports medicine. And I was told to go over to San Bernardino High School and walk to the sidelines and meet a man by the name of Dr. Ron Bangasser, because he was the high school team physician. And I did, and it changed my life. Ron was my lifetime mentor, my professional mentor. He guided me through medicine, through sports medicine, but also into medical politics, California Medical Association, American Medical. And so he changed my life in very profound ways. So I walk up next to him, and I'm standing there watching the football game, and he bumps me, and he goes, Dr. Lane, what's the most important thing in life? And I go, well, Dr. Bangasser, that's a pretty powerful question. He goes, it's to show up, and you showed up, so congratulations. And that moment changed my life in such a profound way, because I've been showing up ever since, because Ron said it was important.
Wow.
Then minutes go by, and he bumps me again and goes, well, Dr. Lane, what's the second most important thing in life? And I said, he said, don't make enemies, you don't have to, but sometimes you have to. And I took that to heart. What was amazing by Dr. Bangasser is he rose in the leadership of California and American Medical Associations because he could bring people together that were combative and come out with a solution. Wow. So he didn't make enemies that he didn't have to.
Wow.
And so I learned that as part of my leadership development in organized medicine and in life.
How many years were you able to work alongside him as his mentee?
I had 18 years of mentorship with that man. And so I would cover the high school games at San Bernardino, and then I would come over on Saturday and stand at the sidelines with Dr. Bangasser.
You would attend these games, right?
Yes.
What was it like attending these games and witnessing our students succeed, play their hearts out for our community?
Baseball, football, volleyball, basketball, and then women's sports came in, and it went off the charts.
What was it like for you to sit on the sidelines and watch them grow and play their heart out? Paint a picture for me.
Mostly, I was not watching as a fan, but as to evaluate the risks to each of the athletes, and so it was almost more of a calculation than it was being a fan. And Mike Sola was the head athletic trainer, and we would have conversations. And again, remembering how Ron Bangasser shaped my life, I had similar conversations with Mike, and we grew together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
So you worked very closely with Ron, and you worked very closely with Mike. Was there anybody else on campus that you want to identify for the podcast that maybe made an impact on you while you were here?
Our football coach was epic, but he was silent, and he always leaned forward on his knees, and I thought I was going to be doing CPR on him before I left. But he was epic, but he was quiet, and he led our teams to championships, and it was a real honor to be on the field with him.
Can you remember what championships our teams went to during your tenure while you were here?
Well, we went to a couple of state football championships, and we had championship baseball players. Some of them went off to be, professional baseball players, and Mike Sola will know who those are.
Sure.
But it was primarily football. Yeah.
Can Dr. Bangasser's statement on showing up really resonated with me? Did that resonate with you at the time with your philosophy and how you approached sports medicine here at Valley College?
Yes, because medicine is complicated, and you have to be paying attention 100% of the time. You can't be distracted by the marching band or the cheerleaders or the parents. You have to be focused on the field, and Ron taught me that.
Was there anybody on campus other than folks in the sports or athletics space, perhaps an administrator, that made a difference to you, or you saw them showing up once before?
Well, Ron's wife, Susan Bangasser, was the Dean of Science and Technology for 10 years. So she was having been a biochemist, we bonded like that.
I love that.
But July 2016, when we hired a new president, Diana Rodriguez, and we had bought AstroTurf and synthetic track that had been sitting over in a parking lot, which is now the girls softball team, for over 3 years.
Wow.
Running on dirt or running in grass is not as healthy as AstroTurf and synthetic turf. And so she met Mike and I on the track, and we told her the story. 3 months later, we had AstroTurf.
Oh, you're kidding.
That's Diana Rodriguez.
She moved it so quickly, huh?
And that's why she is the 16th chancellor
yes.
of the San Bernardino Community College District.
Yes. And
she gets things done.
Yes, and we're going to be interviewing her in a future episode. So thank you for giving her that highlight. Ken, you've been involved with sports medicine for so many years. What has changed?
A lot. Besides the imaging of injuries and the surgical techniques to repair injured tissue, I wrestled at UCLA, and my entire life as a wrestler I starved and dehydrated, and that was the culture until the Beijing Olympics. And we had when I volunteered for USA Wrestling, and when we would go to national events or I would travel overseas, I would carry 50 pounds of IV fluids. And after the weigh-ins, I would give each athlete 2 liters to bring their hydration back, and they would get in calories, and by the time they wrestled, they felt a lot better. After the Beijing Olympics, our Olympic freestyle coach, Zeke Jones, he's now the head wrestling coach for Arizona State, came back and said, enough is enough. I'm going to hire the best sports nutritionist in the world, and we're going to bring them to USA Wrestling. We're going to change this culture. And so he searched and he found a nutritionist, Jennifer Gibson, we called her Jenny. Jennifer Gibson, brought her in, and she brought in a philosophy that changed everything. So I covered the World Cup, and I put on a sports medicine conference at the Cup, and she was my keynote speaker. And before getting on the stage, we were standing next to the podium, and I said, Jenny, what's the most important thing I need to know about nutrition, sports nutrition? And she said, well, Dr. Lane, half your plate is fruits and vegetables. The other half is all protein. That's a lot of protein, but we're wrestlers. Okay. You don't drink your calories. You don't eat anything out of a bag or a box. So that's a box or even bread. And until you reach your goal weight, you don't eat potatoes, rice, or beans. Then when you hit your weight, you get to add those back. Our wrestlers would lose 2 to 4 pounds a week, and they were eating all day long, and nobody was dehydrated. When we traveled, we didn't take IV fluids, and we started kicking the ass of every wrestling program in the country, including Russia, which was always number 1, but that's because they were cheating, and Iran because they were just good.
Wow, that's insane.
So Jenny told me that, and I turned to her and go, are you kidding? That's so simple.
Yeah.
She turned to me and goes, Dr. Lane, it has to be simple. I'm dealing with wrestlers.
That's pretty good.
But she transformed our sport from a starvation, dehydration sport to an eating and rehydration sport.
Sure.
And we started kicking ass around the world.
Ken, you've seen the approach to student health change over time. What, in your opinion, has changed the most in the student-athlete approach to health?
I would say the understanding of what causes concussions and the progress we've made in both imaging the brain and recommendations to treat concussions. I mean, it used to be someone would get hit on the football field and you'd run out there and they would be unconscious, and then they would kind of shake their head and blink and kind of look at you dull, and the coach would run up and say, what happened? You'd say, well, he got his bell rung.
Oh my gosh.
We don't say that anymore.
Yeah.
In 2000, a Dr. Barry Jordan began to do imaging on the brain and like magnetic resonant imaging, and he could see that there was scar tissue in most NFL players, a lot of college players, and even high school players. So he knew that even mild concussions could cause scar tissue on the brain, and that's when they really started taking concussions more seriously. I mean, basically what happens is when you get your head hit, every neuron in your brain, if it's severe enough hit, fires, okay? And then then the brain settles down, and then the different areas of the brain begin to do what they do. So you start blinking your eyes and you wake up and, you might stagger a little bit, but by and large, the brain recovers what every area of the brain is designed to do. When you think of it, that's amazing. But depending on the severity of the injury, you may have deficits in memory, in being able to speak, eye coordination, personality. And so they developed protocols called the Sports Concussion Assessment Tool. SCAT, it was SCAT 1, now it's SCAT 6. And there are 35 evaluations of an individual now that has had a suspected concussion.
Oh my God.
And that's what Victor is going through right now. So we understand the brain. We know how it recovers. We know when it doesn't recover, and we can protect the athletes now like we've never done before.
I love that. So that leads me to a very interesting question then, Dr. Lane. So you mentioned Dr. Ron Bangasser mentored you. Did you have the opportunity to mentor the current person that serves in that role here at Valley College?
It's a medical group. It's the Arrowhead Orthopedic Medical Group. They are fabulous.
Sure. So they're all
they know sports injuries, but they're wonderful personalities. They give a lot of their time to the community in sports medicine and in nonprofits, and it's one of the finest medical groups in the Inland Empire. Arrowhead Orthopedic Group.
And you've served how many terms with the foundation?
I'm coming to the end of my first term.
And how has that experience been for you? Paint the picture. How do you feel? I've seen you at many events on campus and in the community. What is that like for you?
The community is extraordinary. Our community is so generous, and our college is just overwhelmingly successful. I mean, it's considered the top community college in the entire state of California.
Wow.
I mean, with our new applied technology building, and we're educating air traffic controllers. Our mechanics students take a diesel engine completely apart, put it back together, and turn it on.
Isn't that crazy?
We provide most of the nursing students that go to Cal State to complete their degree, and police candidates for police departments and sheriff departments than any other college in the region.
No way.
And then we have our great sports teams.
Of course. Of course.
But so it's been an honor to be a part of the foundation. This college is so easy to brag about. I mean, just listen to a lecture by Dr. Rodriguez, and you'll know how proud we all are of Valley College.
Here's our last question. We ask it to all of our guests. Okay. If you can say this in a sentence, in a word, in a paragraph, whatever fits your particular perspective. To you, SBVC is blank. Could be a sentence, a phrase, a paragraph. It's all you. To you, SBVC is blank. And if you could say it in a whole sentence.
San Bernardino Valley College is one of the most inspiring educational institutions on the planet. The faculty, the staff, the leadership, and especially the students are creating the future of not just the Inland Empire, but of the entire country. That makes me proud.
What a perfect ending to our episode. Dr. Lane, thank you again for your time and everything. It's been a pleasure. Everybody, once again, my name is Thomas Robles, and I want to take a moment to thank the FTVM department for letting us use the IMA Creator Lounge here in the department. The department houses so much tools and skills that our students can learn all about filmmaking and making great things. So thank you so much. Also to Daniel, our producer, who makes all of our episodes. So once again, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Valley up.